Today, traders will observe the data on the US jobs market conditions, while next week they will shift the attention to the US inflation report and the outcome of the FOMC monetary policy meeting. These key events will be a strong driver on the financial markets. What sentiments prevails ahead of these publications? To find it out, watch our video calendar for traders at InstaForex TV channel. Apart from macroeconomic statistics, traders are focusing on the developments in the US-China trade conflict. One of the key indicators of these developments, the trade balance data, will see the light in China early on Monday. The latest report showed a slight decrease in the exports volume that softened worries of market participants and boosted the appetite for risk. This time, analysts are predicting an increase in the trade surplus. Will this increase be contributed to import reduction or exports rise? An answer to this question will shape the further price movements. If the exports rise, it will provide support to the dollar-yen pair. The day after that, China will unveil their producer and consumer price inflation data. Amid that, the concerns of a slowdown in the world's biggest economy can intensify. The pace of the consumer price growth is expected to decline, while the PPI reading is likely to remain near a three-year low at -1.6%. Last time, the investor sentiment deteriorated greatly amid such disappointing statistics. Therefore, the situation may aggravate again unless there is some progress in the US-China trade talks. On Tuesday, the United Kingdom will report on the GDP growth rate. It can provide more evidence of poor economic conditions in the country. However, market participants are paying little attention to the macroeconomic statistics, as they are more interested in the political developments ahead of the parliamentary election that will be held on December 12. On Wednesday, markets will be more sensitive to economic events, as the inflation report is scheduled for release in the United States. Most analysts have provided a rather optimistic outlook for this data. The inflation rate is expected to speed up to 2%. That will be a satisfying result for the monetary authorities. On the same day, investors will learn about the results of the FOMC policy meeting. Lately, there has been a great deal of speculation about probability of monetary policy easing. On Wednesday, it will become clear whether the Fed will decide to cut the interest rate. However, most analysts are expecting that the rate will remain at 1.75%. If these expectations are matched and the Fed provides hawkish corresponding statement, the US dollar will gain ground. On top of the above-mentioned events, traders will pay attention to the following statistics. On Monday, the GDP report will be released in Japan, while Germany, one of the biggest export-oriented economies, will publish the trade balance statistics. Besides, the construction data will be unveiled in Canada on that day. On Tuesday, the industrial production data will be delivered in the United Kingdom, and the business sentiment index will be published in Germany and the Eurozone. On Wednesday, the United States inflation data and the FOMC monetary policy meeting will come under the spotlight. You are watching Forex Trader Calendar on InstaForex TV channel with me, Kate Stichina. We wish you profitable deals.